2026. So we'll do the roll call and then we'll elect officers. Brian Warren.
Here.
Kevin Burke.
Here.
Randy Bone.
Here.
Jeff Stillman here. Russ Lucy, absent. Bob Grundhover
Here.
and Dennis McCauley.
Here.
Okay. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is elect a new president. So any of you want to become president, speak up.
I make a motion that we appoint Jeff as president once again. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry.
Okay. Next is vice president. We have any nominations for vice president?
Make a motion, keep the same vice president, Kevin.
I'll say.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I guess.
Opposed? Okay. Then
Thank you, gentlemen.
then the second secretary, I nominate Russ Luthi. He
I
has-
second that real quick.
Yes, and he has told me he will accept. So, we have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, he said he was gonna leave the minutes here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Ah,
So we need a motion to accept them or what?
yeah, he mailed them out quite a while ago. You all get a chance to read them? Okay.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 15th as written.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Send this around. Now, does anybody have anything else? The only thing that I have is, at the town council meeting, you had a discussion about the floodplain insurance.
Yeah, I did receive a letter on that. And forwarded to you and Kevin. And I thought Kevin was gonna check on something.
I emailed the email address they had on there, because I know we had the ordinance and the resolution were done. It's that data sheet, which I think the company used. Because I remember whenever we passed it, we set it up and they said you still need this data sheet. And it requires like information on how many homes are in the floodplain and all that good stuff. So I requested it again through this email saying, I think this is all we need is this data sheet. So I haven't heard back. Today was a holiday.
Okay,
So they have sent that through email to me? No, we had it here. Or we had it in email. Yeah, I think they just didn't that.
Yeah.
I think the data sheet's all they have. I know our floodplain ordinance was revised to meet their model ordinance. And I know they passed the resolution to be in the National Flood Insurance Program. It's that data sheet I think that they need, so I'll get it to you. Depending on the speed of the state government, of course.
yeah.
They were very responsive when we did it the first time, so,
Yeah, back in 2022, they didn't ask for a data sheet.
yeah. I remember there was something that they needed. It was because it required us to tell them how many homes were in the floodplain.
Right. And we had received confirmation from them in 2022 that we were part of it. But every 2 years or so, they change the requirements and automatically knock us off without telling us.
Yeah, yeah, they may have a new model ordinance that you have to, because remember, we had to revise ours to meet all of their parameters, so.
Right.
I followed up on it already, but I haven't heard back from the guy at DNR.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of homes in the floodplain?
No,
Yeah. There's part of a yard and one, I believe, is, I don't think any structures are. It's a couple of those homes down below the dam at Christmas Lake, part of their lawn. I think there might be a yard barn in there, but no, there are no houses.
And then there's a little bit of the floodplain going north on 162. So, and that was just farmer's field.
Yeah. But they could revise the maps at some point. You never know.
Yeah.
Most of the people who show in a floodplain, from my experience, you have to get what's called a loma. Because most of them that show on the edge of the floodplain, they're not really in the floodplain, because they're using topographic maps from like the 1940s and 50s, wherever they come up with where the floodplain is.
They did make some changes, I think, back in '96.
Yeah.
We had all that water, but I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
They did, the way they do it, they come up with it based upon the flood elevation. And then they're, like I said, they're using 1940s and 50s topo maps from the USGS to come up with what the elevations were. And this was pre-satellite, pre-laser, and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the elevations are not correct, so I've had several people on the edge of floodplains, and you have to go in and ask them to provide some flood maps, or after you get somebody to actually say, well, you have this at 534 feet, and it's really at 538 feet. So we probably have no structures in the floodplain, or even some of those yards that you're showing up as being in the floodplain probably aren't.
And at one time, the state acted like 245 between Santa Claus and March in the floodplain. I remember they had going to raise that up, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet, I think. Well, past the sewer plant, I guess, all the way to the bottoms there, I guess.
Yeah.
That fell through.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All those in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Yeah.
I always got skin knuckles and stuff. It's probably very rude of myself. My son.
Okay, it's still recording until I figure out how to stop this.
Download it from your phone.
Yeah, yeah, and it was, and then once it's like.
Any red blooded guys get called.
Some other company will sign up for my YouTube. I've been on the circle.
I've been there twice, it was there.
I got that. I got that. Goes mine. I don't use it.
Well, I seen it a couple times.
So that's all they have.
Yeah.
Two round trips.
I got my